text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, then I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know.
Yep.
205-964-5243. Now you know.
Good afternoon and welcome to, what is this, October 4th. We're here to talk about real estate investing, and today's topic, will your age prevent you from wholesaling real estate? I need to take that down. Good afternoon. Will your age prevent you from wholesaling real estate is today's topic. So if you want to join us, we're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate, where your cash or credit does not matter. Low risk, high reward opportunity. So again, today's topic, will your age prevent you from wholesaling real estate, whether you're 14 or 78 and everything in between and after and before? Will it stop you? Stopped you. Okay, so if you want to join the live, you know what to do. If you don't, this is how we do it here. You can text the word Gator and follow the instructions in that text to get access to the live stream. That gets you pushed to the front of the line. You've now become VIP on our live stream, our podcast, whatever you want to call it. All right, text the word Gator and follow those instructions. The paperwork, this is why all of this works, is because you have the right paperwork and know how to use it. If you text the word contract to this number, this video will explain how to fill it out for sellers and buyers, and how to access it for free. Also, it will show you how to get your contract signed electronically. So text the word contract to that number. VIP will allow you to access a playlist of videos I put together to help speed up your learning process, to get you closer to a check. It builds a real foundation to assist you with doing that. So text the word, the letters VIP to the number 205-964-5243. Don't include any spaces, dots, or anything, or periods. It's one word. It's VIP. How would you say that? VIP, VIP. VIP, VIP.
VIP.
Y'all trying to trick me. Okay, so what else we got here? Let me see. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. We don't ask for much. Those that can't read, subscribe, share, like, follow. They all should have symbols there that you should recognize. Yeah, if you function in this world, can't read this point, hey, you're amazing. There's people like that, and they function highly. That's not a necessity. All right, so the times that we're on every day, Monday through Wednesday, 3:45, between 3:45 and 4 p.m. And on Thursdays at 8 p.m., 8:05 p.m. around that time. Make sure you join us and spread the word. Spread the word that we're on. That's all we ask. Oh, if you need a VA to help you with your cold calling, text the word scale, set up an appointment with the same company that we use to get a consultation, and they'll tell you how they get down and how they can make life easier for you. Speaking of cold calling, if you're going to do it yourself, there's a proper way of doing it. Text the word dialer to the number to access the phone dialer that will allow you to put your cold calling on steroids. Then you got text messaging. Going to have a updated video on this coming out, but this one is still relevant. This is going to teach you the proper way of doing it. So text the word text to the number. That's probably one of the fastest ways to get going. The easiest is not as insulting. Well, I don't know. You're going to get insulted whether you're calling, cold calling, or text messaging. I would prefer to see it than to hear it.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you won't believe what we got a response back today on a text message. I didn't even know that was possible that they could send over an image.
You should tell them.
Hmm?
You should tell them.
Oh, they probably already know it. List. So if you, in order to text message or cold call or to do direct mail, you have to know how to build the right list. So this video here is going to show you how to do that. All right. So I think I've talked about enough of the stuff that you just need to know off the top. So now I want to hear from you and questions you all have to make this show go the way it's supposed to go.
Okay. So let's start on YouTube. Jeffrey Tate said, "How are you doing, sir?"
Beautiful.
All right.
I feel beautiful. I'm gonna say that.
Shira said hello.
Hold up, Sherry.
Teresa said
Teresa, what's going
rent due.
Pay it.
I feel you. This one came from Devon Dees. He said that's a good topic. Seems like that's been a problem for me before.
What?
I guess,
Age?
I guess so. Whatever
Okay.
the topic is.
All right, what did you think about the thumbnail today?
It's good.
I tried.
This one came from Gary Rawls. He said, Flip, if a seller is adamant about no photos being taken, would you walk away from the deal? How they expect people to see it to buy it?
Well, it's not a deal breaker. It wouldn't be a deal breaker. It wouldn't be a deal breaker. It wouldn't be a deal breaker. Just think about it now. Photos have not always existed. Well, I'm putting like they have existed a long time. Let me go back. But not in the way we can easily share them the way we can now. But wholesaling has. So it's not a deal breaker, but I would use that as a negotiating tool to get a better deal. Okay, no photos. Okay, we know. So now, hey, you're making it very difficult for me to do this deal because I have to share this information with investors that I'm partnered with, contractors. Now I'll bring people out, but that'll slow the process. But so you try to use it as a negotiating tool to maybe get a better price. Not saying that'll work, but I would suggest using it.
All right. Jeffrey Tate said, I have a question for you. I've been trying to get this house that I've been on for the past 3 years, but the guy who owns it isn't responding. And I did dig through the city, nothing. Please help.
Okay, so he's been targeting a property for 3 years, but the guy's not responding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you could do it. Just keep doing what you're doing. You do understand just because you want to buy it doesn't mean that they may want to sell it. But one thing we do know, life changes people's minds. Well, life changes your situation that makes people change their minds.
Their perspective.
I didn't want to sell it 3 years ago, but now we're about to retire. My wife and I didn't use divorce this time. We're about to retire, and hey, we don't want to try to manage property from a distance. It may be something as simple as that. So yeah, I've gotten every one of your messages. I'm going to call you back now.
He said it's a firehouse and it's been boarded up for 5 years.
Now, you may be trying to reach out to the person and they not getting any of the information that you're receiving. You may not be reaching out to the right individual, or they may be deceased or maybe locked up. I hate to go negative, but that's life too. So it may be some of that. So I guess number one, how are you trying to reach out to them? I guess we would need to know that too.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Jacqueline West said, "What a nice smile."
Oh wow.
What a beautiful chocolate man.
That's what's up, Jay.
This one says, "Hi, Flip. You're the best."
Hey, you're better. What's the name? Make money online with Ray.
Yep.
What up, Ray? You're better. Let's get this bread.
All right. So from really good to really bad, Dwight Wilson Sr. said, "How do I request a refund?"
Follow the instructions in the email.
Mm.
Email support at flipmasterclass.com.
All right. Oh, I almost dropped my.
All right. Ooh, what's changed up? All right. This is on TikTok. Saw your post about commercial properties. Where should I send those videos to? It's too long to send through text.
Well, ideally, what you want to do is you want to take video. You want to video with a third-party app like YouTube or Loom. So now all you have to do is you let them host it on their net, on their servers, and you just send a link. So it won't be on your phone. You don't have to try to share a large file. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to transfer or upload that video to either YouTube or Loom, Loom.
All right. This is also on TikTok. Can you explain how to wholesale a house with tenants? I heard every state is different. I'm in Dothan, Alabama.
How do you wholesale houses with tenants? It's just going to depend on the situation. The tenants can make the property more valuable, or can make it less valuable, and that still would be dependent on the investor or investors that may be interested in it. Some of them are fix and flippers. They're not in. They have they have no interest in holding a property in that particular area. And then some of them, it's going to be ideal that there's already a renter there, assuming that they're paying the amount of rent that they want them to be paying, which hopefully is market rent, and or are willing to pay it. They're in a long-term lease and they have shown to be a good tenant. So it's just going to depend on the situation. Then it's going to boil down to, as always, price. So it's not a deal breaker. You're just going to have to get all the facts to see what makes that property attractive, if it does have a tenant, if it is attractive.
All right. Also on TikTok, how do you get into wholesaling?
How do you get into wholesaling? Doing what you're doing right now. You got to start by educating yourself. I don't care if you're uh, building transmissions or baking cakes. You're going to have to learn from somewhere how to do either from experience and or training, and here training. So I give it all away. All you have to do is just text the letters VIP to this number, 205-964-5243. And that's a good start on a selection of videos that'll get you going in the right direction. So you've already started. You got to educate yourself. It's not just, hey, I just 1, 2, 3, and you just go do it. It's more to it than that, but it's worth it, I think.
All right. Do you think we're in a seller's or buyer's market in California?
And do I think that we're in a seller's or buyer's market in California? I'm not even sure. I have no idea. I would assume a year ago it would have been easy for me to answer that. It would have been a seller's market. But since the interest rates have been increased, basically doubled since then, I don't know. I don't know. And you say California, what part of California? Because you're going to have different markets within any state, and then within those markets, you're going to have even sub-markets. So it doesn't really matter. You want to just know, do you have motivated sellers in California? In a state with, I don't know how many million people, 20 million, some ridiculous number, you have motivated sellers in the state of California. That's what you need to know. Forget about all the other stuff you see on TV. Do people die in California? Do they get divorced? Do they lose their jobs? You think they're any tired landlords in the state of California? Relocation, medical bills, kids going off to college, life. They living out there in California. They got the same problems we have here in Birmingham, Alabama, or the state of Alabama. This may not, they got the same problems. And it's more of them. You have more to choose from.
All right. Chris McLean from YouTube said, "How do we pull the pre-foreclosure list from the county? I can't seem to get this information from the site."
39 million people in the state of California. That's a whole country.
Mhm.
That's like 2 or 3. I'm just pinning what you're talking about. 39 million. You never have to go outside of that state. to find real estate deals.
Mm-hmm.
What was the question?
Chris said, how do we pull the pre-foreclosure list from the county? I can't seem to get this information from their site.
Okay, so he's trying to pull a pre-foreclosure list directly from the county. All county websites are not built equally. A lot of them are not user friendly to the people that are paying the bill, which is you and us as taxpayers. So there are going to be other sources out there. If you go to, let me just do this real quick. I'm gonna go to Zillow, and I'm just gonna put in Jefferson County, which compared to some of these other counties is small around the country. Jefferson County, Alabama. Go to Zillow, and under for sale, I go under foreclosed. He said pre-foreclosure or foreclosed?
Pre-foreclosure.
Pre-foreclosures, and see how many does it pull. It's probably not gonna pull that many. It didn't pull any. Okay, now that's Zillow. Now let me go to PropStream and do the same thing and see how many does it pull. Pre-foreclosures. See, it only pulls 19, but I know it's more than that, right? So normally most states, or I mean within a market, you're going to have someone that's doing a publication. Sometimes the newspaper, I know it's not as prevalent as it used to be by no means, they will make that available as far as a pre-foreclosure. So if you do enough searching on the internet, you should be able to find a pre-foreclosure list for any particular county.
Okay.
Well, I guess the next question: what's your end game for those? Because it ain't what you think it is. In most cases, you might know exactly what you're getting into. I don't know.
So this one says, it came from Brandon Jones. He said, I have a question. Is there any way I can look up abandoned houses online that are in my area?
Abandoned houses in your area? I guess he means vacant houses. Again, just I'll do this, and I'm in just doing the entire county here in where I'm on prop right now. Let's see, vacant houses. Okay, so it pulls up over 13,000 just with the click of a button, and they're getting that data from the U.S. Postal Service. They're saying mail hasn't been delivered to this property, according to the Postal Service. It's just a click of a button, my man. Watch this video right here. List.
All right. Jacqueline West said there's a property across the street. The person died, no will, spouse, or kids. The mother and sister have have no interest in the property. It's about to go into the pre-file. What can I do? The bank will not talk to me.
Now, just going back to what I said a moment ago, and it's going to depend how the county make that information available. When someone was asking about pre-foreclosures a moment ago and how to pull a list, see, I did it for Cook County, Illinois, which is one of the main counties there in the Chicago area, and it pulls over 10,000 pre-foreclosures. So it's just going to depend how the county makes that information available. That's the only thing PropStream and services like that can do, and the way they'll make that data available. Over 10,000 properties in that market or whatever. So the tool here, like I said, boom, list. Text the word list and answer both of those last questions. So what was the question here, Jessica? I'm sorry.
So that was the answer. Another question.
No, what was the last question you just said? That was going back 2 questions ago. I asked you both, but one of them said pre-foreclosure, the other said vacant, and I was just on here playing along.
Okay. Okay, well, we gotta stop doing that.
So, you don't know you lost your place?
Well, no, I know I lost my
Oh,
place, but it's
oh.
like confusing. I don't want them to think that's the answer to
No,
her
no, 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 no.
question.
I was gonna get to her.
But this says, there's a property across the street. The person died. They have no will. They have no spouse or kids. The mother and sister have no interest in the property. It's about to go into pre-file. What can I do? The bank, I'm guessing they won't talk to her. I mean, of course not, because she doesn't have anything to do with them.
Well, if those are the only two, okay, so someone died across the street and the relatives that you do know have no interest in trying to do anything to help sell the property. Only thing I can tell you on that, you just can't give up on it. You gotta see what their pain point is and what's going to interest them and trying to see if they could do a deal on the property. You never know what the issue is. You never know what may have. You don't know the backstory of why they may not be interested. Obviously, money is not a motivator for them. It got to be something else. So, only thing you can do is try to continuously reach out to them to see what their pain point is, what will allow them to even consider working with you to try to allow you to purchase or put the property on the contract to wholesale. You know that if you know that's the only option is for relatives, you know that's your target.
All right. This one says I have a few properties that I'm looking at, but it says that the ownership is mixed. What does that mean?
Okay. When you say he has a few properties that he's looking at, but they're showing the ownership is mixed, I'm not sure what that means. I've never seen that phrase used for ownership.
Okay. All right. This one
Let's Google it. Go
says.
ahead. I'll Google it. Mixed ownership.
Yeah, because we don't have any questions for after this.
Okay, mixed ownership. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see what that means. Well, it don't say nothing. And there's no definition here. Real estate. Said something about channel, mixed ownership channel. Over there. Okay. I don't see a definition for that phrase, mixed ownership. You don't have anything, Ken? What are we doing here, people?
About mixed people.
Okay.
There was a lot of questions on TikTok, but I asked.
Okay.
It started coming in quickly.
Okay, well, y'all tripping.
Okay.
All right, so all right, hey, we can talk. What y'all want to talk about?
Topic. What's going on with maybe they'll ask questions about
So go ahead and do the topic.
Yeah, they might ask questions.
Okay, well, yeah, whatever.
About football.
I'll do that. I can do that. All right, so the topic today is will your age prevent you from wholesaling real estate? All right. So get this question more commonly with teenagers asking, can I do it? And first of all, for you to even be thinking about that is amazing to me. I know we're in a different time than when I grew up, the old man speech. Obviously, we didn't have, well, you might not know it, but we didn't have the internet back then. It wasn't available to the public at that point. And so you all are exposed to a lot of good stuff, obviously a lot of what I would consider stuff a lot of foolishness. You know, our foolishness was limited or whatever. But you all, what the trade-off of that is, you all have access to most stuff that is never going to make you a dime to an unlimited amount of information that can make you money. So I think the main thing that has teenagers interested in looking into ways to make money is entrepreneurship is cool, right? It wasn't cool when I grew up. Some of y'all have heard me say this before if you've been watching this on a daily basis. It was not cool growing up. Number one, at 14 years old, 15, 16, 17, when I probably heard the word entrepreneurship, probably had to be probably 19 or 20, something like that. That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But that's probably around the age. But at 14, 15, 16, 17, if you said, I'm talking about it wasn't even a consideration to consider owning a business. That was la la land, if I even thought about it. But back then, and even in my early 20s, if you wanted to start a business, it didn't mean that you were what's the word I'm looking for? A positive word. It didn't mean that you were a go-getter, cut from a different cloth or whatever, self-starter. It didn't mean that. It meant you were lazy and you didn't want to work for anyone. That's what it meant. If you said you wanted to start a business, that meant you were lazy and you didn't want to work for anyone. So if you pursued entrepreneur type of stuff or start a business, most people thought you were wasting your money or time, and in a lot of cases you are. That's the trade-off on it. Yeah, that is possible for you to lose your what, right? By pursuing a business. Now, I could think about, and I know she's probably watching this, but like my mom, I wish I had the personality that she has, because she's not afraid to greet people and to try to sell. She was really never put in a position to capitalize on that skill. That's just a natural born skill. I'm just taking it from knowing how she would, when they would try to raise money for the church to get out and sell donuts and stuff like that. And I can remember taking them early morning trips on a Saturday down to Mobile to Krispy Kreme, going to pick in the church van, going to pick up a bunch of donuts, and they were going to sell out of them, and she was going to be one of the main reasons why. Right? But she was doing it for her faith and what she follows or whatever, but it wasn't feeding her family. By no means. We might get a chance to eat out of, with all the kids that would be in the van. We would share out a box, but that was going to be the extent of it. And maybe get a chance to go to McDonald's, because the nearest McDonald's over an hour and a half away at that time or whatever. So, but other than that, and then how she would get up in church and host programs and all that stuff, that type of charisma and just ability to stand in people, that's normally in the sales world. That's what people just can naturally, you teach them how to do something and they get out there and start selling it and make above average income. She would never she didn't know anything about that or whatever. So I wish I had that or whatever. But again, back then, and I really back then, before she's obviously older than me, is that, again, if you were thinking about starting a business, you were considered lazy, then didn't want to work for anyone, and definitely crazy, because you were going to waste some money. And then most time they think you're going to be homeless, your family, you're going to lose your family if it was a man trying to do it or whatever. So, but anyway, so now with kids now, so the common question is they'll learn about wholesaling. It sounds good and it is real or whatever. They're like, well, how can I do this or whatever? I'm not old enough. Well, you're not old enough to enter into a contract. So that will prevent you from doing it in that sense, as far as you actually putting your name on something and you controlling the deal. But what they can do is, at those ages, I'm gonna get to older people, older than me or whatever. But what they can do, just simply educate yourself. So now you can go to a parent, a brother or sister, or an older relative, maybe even a friend that is of age, that can actually enter into an actual contract. And you just be the brains behind the operation, as I said many a times, and you all split the deal based on whatever you all negotiate. So don't let your age stop you if you're, quote unquote, too young, you think, to sign an agreement. You could get someone to work with you. And once you educate yourself, you should be able to explain it to them so they can see the message on them. And a lot of people still won't or whatever, see what your dream is. You just have to find someone that does. And now some of you all are 17 or 18. You're just only maybe a year or two from doing it anyway or whatever. But I still wouldn't wait if I have an option to partner with someone that can sign a legal agreement. So now let's get the people that may be on the other end of the spectrum. And maybe in their 70s. I had a guy reach out to me. He was 90 or whatever. He wanted to still, get in it, and that's amazing or whatever. So obviously, you all have come from a different mindset and situation, because some of you all are going to have the resources to do it. Your life experiences. A lot of times they're going to have the time to put into it also. And so now, again, what may stop some people in that age bracket is a lot of them are afraid of the technical side of it. And that can get a little confusing because, computers, I guess I was sort of, let me see. So 98, I was still in my 20s. So, let me see. So I was sort of right in the middle of when stuff was happening. So it was, it was okay to them. So, but people a little older, they never really got into it. Now, most people are still on social media. My mom is on social media. Pretty much everybody's on there. She's 82, 3, whatever she is. Everybody's on there, basically. You know what I'm saying? She loves Facebook. It's ridiculous. But so most people can do that now. But anything that you want to know, don't let that, even if you don't even know how to turn a computer on, anything that you want to know, the great thing about the internet is, especially YouTube, and especially if it's technical, related to anything it has to do with your smartphone, your laptop, your PC, it's going to be tons of videos to train you from your level to learn how to do whatever. And that's most of the stuff that I know. It comes from just watching videos or reading something online to teach me how to do it or whatever. And I like doing it, and that's part of it. Most time when you actually have a strong interest in something, it's easier to teach someone. You all agree? When someone's very interested, it's easier to teach them how to do something versus being dragged to the well like most of us are in school or whatever. And you're sort of forced to learn it, based on the penalty that comes with it if you don't learn something. So, but when you're interested in learning something, normally it's a lot easier to learn, especially if you have a good source to do it. Point being, your age does not have to prevent you from doing this, right? It's too much. It's too many tools, too many resources out here. No matter what your age is, who you are. If you're watching this, obviously you have internet access. That's the only thing you need. You really don't even need that, but it makes it a lot easier. So, do we have any questions now?
Yes.
I'm tired.
So on TikTok, they said, do you have to have an LLC or can you use your personal account?
Well, you can. Okay, so do you have to have an LLC now? No, you don't have to have one, but you are running a business, and so you do want to set it up, right? And you can text BIZ. I got folks that help you with that, I guess. 205-964-5243. But it won't kill you to do deals in your name, especially like a first deal. It won't kill you or whatever. Don't let that stop, because sometimes people don't have the money to do both. As far as actually start to trying to market to find deals or set up an LLC, whether you go through anyone I recommend or you're trying to set it up yourself. Sometimes you just don't have the budget for both. So I'm going to tell you to choose to go ahead and put the deal together first, and then allow your deal to fund some of the other tools and services that you need to continue on. So.
All right, this is on Instagram. It says, "Top blessing to you, sir. Which software do you recommend when you're driving for dollars? Thanks."
Oh, okay. So text the word vacant, I think, or D for, is it vacant? Text the word, let me see what we got. Text the word vacant. That video should show you how to use the prop stream app. Text the word vacant.
All right, this is also on Instagram. How can I work with a real estate agent?
Well, I suggest, where is it? Watching this video, text the word Flippanor. There it is, right there in the front. Text the word Flippanor to the number and scroll down once you get to the page. and you'll see a video of a training we did about a little over a month ago.
All right. I just read that. Okay, this one came from Myra. She said, I live in Texas. I've noticed the MLS information on PropStream is an estimate value. Are these numbers okay in order to do your comp?
See, yes, they are. She's asking about the way PropStream shows their MLS data. They have a formula. See, they've always had it, but the MLS, the network, however that works, didn't want them to use the exact data. So they came up with a very clever way of still being able to produce there you go, loophole to produce the data. So boom. Yes, you can use it. It's good. It's good to go. It's good. I'm good.
All right. This one says last week I put $500 down on the class with you. But now I realize I want to try to start up with the classes you have, with the mini classes you have. I'm guessing like online. How do I get my money back?
The mini classes I have online.
That's why I said I'm guessing the videos online.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the information is free. Just email support.
All right. This one says, in your contract, why do we need the seller's social security number?
You don't. I should remove that. You don't. I should just remove that field altogether. But I just put NA. If you watch the video, I show you to put NA there, not applicable.
All right. Let's see. I see she answered her question. If you want to come on the live, if you're watching on YouTube, it's going across the bottom of your screen, but you just text the word Gator, GATOR, to the number 205-964-5243, and then it will, prompt you and tell you what to do. Let's see. This one says, when first starting off, would you suggest driving for dollars or using a service like PropStream for finding your first wholesale?
Well, I'm going to always side on the cheaper option to do it. If it's not in your budget to get a PropStream or similar tool such as Bachelors or whatever, but if it's not in your budget, don't. But if it's in your budget, it's no question you want to have that tool available to you because it's going to make it easier to drive for dollars and get you faster to a potential check. So, but if it's not in your budget, it's not in your budget.
This one says, are the property values from PropStream as is value or ARV value?
Okay, so they're asking the property values. Now, if you're talking about comps, that's one thing. Because if you go into the comparables tab, then you're comparing other properties that have sold to your property based on certain criteria. If you text the letters, I don't even have it up here, ARV to the number 205-964-5243, that video will explain. Here it is. Text ARV to the number. That video will explain how that works.
All right. This one says, why do we need a lawyer for wholesaling?
Well, why do you need a lawyer for wholesaling? You don't need per se a lawyer. I guess you would be paying a retainer to or something, by no means. But to close deals, depending on what state you're in, or what deals you're closing, what states you're closing deals in, you're gonna need a title company or a closing attorney to actually close the deal. Now, I've been fortunate recently here to be introduced to an attorney. Not that we weren't getting deals closed before, but he's really creative, right? And so just having that relationship, so in some cases, just for advice can be, I don't know, you can put a price on it, but to actually, do you need one to start? No.
All right, let's see. We have Glenda in the chat, so let me take this off. Okay. Glenda. Hello.
Good afternoon.
I don't know. Am I on here?
You're on here.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you.
You're here. I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
I don't know
I
why.
can hear
Let me put
you.
my earphones in.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hear what I hear? Boom, got that boom.
Mm. Okay, I'm gonna take her
Still
off.
can't hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she
I think she did something when because I could hear myself talking when I first let her join. So just write me in the private chat, or I can see you even though you're not on here, so you can kind of wave to us whenever you feel like you get your sound together.
Mhm.
Um, this one says, let's see, what's the benefit of working with a realtor on a wholesale deal?
What is the benefit of working with a real estate agent on a wholesale deal? Unless the agent, unless it's a listed property, I'm not sure how they would benefit you on your wholesale deal. But if it's a listed property, they could be very valuable to you. So it just depends on the status of the property that you're targeting, listed versus not listed.
All right. This one says, when was the last time you had a deal in SoCal?
I've never done one there.
All right. This one says, should I join a wholesale Facebook group before going after a wholesale deal in a new area?
All right. Should you join a Facebook group in an area that you're targeting? Yes, most definitely. You want to get in there and start to mix it up and read as many posts as possible, so you can try to get as educated as possible on that particular um, market that you're targeting. So yes, it's very important to do that if possible.
All right, let's see if Glenda can hear us.
Glenda, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Glenda? Can you hear me, Glenda? Still can't hear me.
Uh-uh.
I don't know. Mine isn't working.
Oh, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear
We
I'm
you.
can hear you.
in here, but
We can hear you. We can hear you.
oh, now I hear you.
Uh, yeah, we can hear you.
I don't know what.
Oh, I did that. Yeah, we can hear you, Glenda. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay. Well, just ask your question in the chat and we'll get to you.
We'll get to you.
All right, let's see. This one says, how do you close deals without an attorney? I guess you just answered.
How do you close deals without an attorney? I think I just thought I answered it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This one says, if I find a vacant home that I'm interested in, what's next?
All right. If you find a vacant house that you're interested in, obviously you need to identify the address, and then you need to research the property to see who's the owner of that property. Once you identify who's the owner, then you're going to have to reach out to them either by mail and or call or text message.
Okay.
If you text the word vacant to the number 205-964-5243, that video will help you locate owners.
All right. This one came from Ruth Ann Williams. She said, I'm an accelerated member. And I'm having trouble starting a campaign to send postcards to my list. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Can you offer her some insight?
All right. Okay, so I'm a celebratory member. Yeah, Ruth Ann, yeah. I'm having trouble starting a campaign to send postcards to my list. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. All right, if you're trying to send postcards, Ruth Ann, I would have to discuss in more detail on the number you're sending. Ideally, if you're trying to do postcards or just direct mail in general, unless you're going to send thousands and be prepared to send thousands per month, is almost like you're wasting your time because of the response rate to do postcards, right? Again, I'll sure student, I'll discuss in more detail, but to educate everyone else, to do direct mail the correct way, be prepared to spend a minimum of $1,000, but in reality, probably about $2,000 for the next 3 to 4 months. If that's not in your budget, I don't recommend it. A minimum of $1,000, but really, I want to say more like 2,000 plus for the next 3 months to get the results that because the response rate on direct mail is normally around 1% or so. So you send out 1,000. Get how many is that, Oksana? 10. Send out 10,000. 100. That's 100 responses. Yeah. Well, you realize I'm doing like 10. What I'm saying, I'm doing simple stuff here, stuff that I already know the answer to. I'm like an attorney. I'm like an attorney. I'm not going to ask a question I don't know the answer to.
All right.
Like 2 plus 2, I know the answer to that. So some people say, "Oh, that's amazing." No, it ain't. All right. So yeah, but yeah. So but yeah, we could discuss more, Ruth. Just you can call me. Plus, we'll be on the call later on tonight.
All right. This one says, if I have a contract filled out and I want to do business with you, where do I send it?
If you have a contract filled out, we have been promoting that today. Okay, in a couple of days. Let me make sure. Jessica and Oksana, Kenbo. Text 50. I gotta update this video. That has to be like my number one priority this weekend is to update this video. It don't take long. I don't know why I hadn't done it, but it won't take long to do it. And you all probably need you all to help me because you all know what the pain points are in this process, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to do like a real video on it or whatever. So, but text 5050. This video will explain.
All right. Let's see if her sound is working.
50. That is 50-50, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what 500 is. I mean, 5050 can be also. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if her sound is working.
All right. Let's see what Glenda has now.
Hello,
Glenda. Oh, you're amazing. Oh, what's going on? Where you live streaming from?
From DC.
DC, District of Columbia. What's that?
Yes. Okay, so I've been wholesaling for a little while, but I don't do it as much as I should. But now I'm trying to get really serious in it, and I like binge all your videos. I'm on every live, and
Are
I
you
have
okay?
I am. I'm a quiet, a silencer. Like, but I watch them all, and if I miss them, I go back.
Okay.
So I have a question though. So you have been recently talking about on market deals, and I never thought of it. It just clicked when you started talking about it. So I've been calling all these on market deals, and I wanted you to help me with one because I did have somebody they said they were interested, but they said they won't take less than $350. I don't know the comps. I mean, it is DC, so it's a higher area, that like more expensive, but I still couldn't pick up the comps.
Let's see what we got. All right. So what's your address?
Let me get the address for you. It's hold on, I have it right here. It's 1304 S Street, Southeast.
1304.
S is in Sam.
Okay.
Street, Southeast.
Oh, actual South Street, like that.
Oh no, S and then Street. Yeah, just the regular S, the letter.
Okay.
And then Southeast. S Street, yeah. Yep, and then South SE. Yep.
Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Like that?
Let me see. No. S and then just put ST. ST, yeah.
That's interesting. Oh, S Street.
Yes, S Street. Yep.
Okay.
And then Southeast. SE. Space in the SE. Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There you go.
There you go, Tyrone. Okay. All
So
right. So let's see
the
what we got here. First of all, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Google the address and we're
Mhm,
gonna pull up the Zillow listing first. And okay, so this property has been on the market 76 days. That's
mhm.
1,700 plus views. So if I divide 1706 by 76, that is, I couldn't do that math. That's 22 views per day. That sound right? Okay, so that's not a lot of interest, right? 22 per day. You would like probably at least 100 per day.
Mhm.
Okay, so um, okay, so we know it's overpriced. Number one,
It is.
off the
And they
top.
won't take less than 350.
Okay, so we know it's overpriced. So at 350, so let's try to comp it and see. I say it's overpriced based on the activity. So let's see what the numbers say. I won't just be guessing here, right? All right, so they own 10 or 11 other properties. That's of some interest.
Mhm.
I like
It's
to
an
see that.
investor. They
Yeah, it's
started
an
the gut.
investor. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
All right.
started it, but then they, from what the realtors told me, they got upset with their contractor. Then COVID happened, and then so much
Mm,
happened.
oh,
So then they decided to go ahead and they tired of it. So
okay.
they're over it.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay. All right. Just gonna, well, I guess people can see this. So I'm gonna blow this up. So what I want to do is capture only the properties, within these certain boundaries here. I don't want to cross over this freeway and this major street if I didn't have to. All right. So now I'm just gonna sort from the most recent transaction to the oldest. I mean, to the oldest. All right, I'm using this
Okay.
MLS data here. Okay, so right now I'm just showing rental comps. Let me just see here. So number one, um, okay, so let me look at this property. So let's look at the inside of it. Oh, 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 this property here is okay. So that's why. Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm showing. See, because I'm showing number 8 here. We won't use that. Let me see. Number 1. Okay, so that's a rental comp. So number 3, where's number 3 is right there. So 431. So okay, so let's look at the year bit. Ours are 1928. This one here is 1927. The lots are the same because they look like they're a type of row house or something. And the square footage is the same. So this 431 I like. Sold back in May. I would like something more recent, but it sold back in May. Only thing else I had is rental comps. So that 431 is a good number that I would go with. So this property, it's only 1,200 square feet, but
Mm.
it's easily going to need what is that, 1240. So it's easily gonna need 50 grand probably, right? So just doing the math on it. So we say 431. Let's do this. Let me pull up the deal calculator.
Okay.
All right. So, well, first let's do this. Let's pull up the repair calculator, even though gonna probably use some higher end stuff there, but um, let's do this first. Okay. So the repair calculator. All right. So we know it's not livable. So livable, $40 a square foot, not livable, $25 a square foot, ideally.
Okay.
But so it's 1224. But this is in a little bit of a I say 1224. What am I doing? 1224. So yeah, we're at 50 grand, like I guess. And I guess it's good. I actually probably would go up a little more on this.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I probably would go to 60 on it.
Okay.
All right, just because it's DC or whatever. So and that's mid. That ain't just an extreme high price. That's high for
No,
most
that makes
other
sense.
parts.
I mean, you're the
Yeah,
expert.
yeah. Well, I don't know about that. But so we'll say 431. Um and then we'll say 60 in repairs.
Mhm.
There I'm going to use 75% instead of 70%.
Mhm.
Real estate appreciates a little faster than other parts of the country. Something like this, I'm trying to make at least 30 grand. But even if I'm just conservative, I'll just leave it at the 10. So I'm happy with 10
Mhm.
grand. So they're at 350 as for the bottom line price. You need to be closer to 250.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's me not being greedy right here. You know what I'm saying? So you need to probably be closer to 250.
Okay.
Let's see let me see if I can tell what he paid for it. Okay, so he has a loan on it for around 264. He got that loan back in 2020. So, he's still trying to make money on it. And he will. If he'll
Yeah,
probably end up
he will.
selling it for maybe around 300 or so or whatever. And you may be able to still get away with doing this at 300. That's going to be tough. Well, let me see. That's going to, that puts it at 360. You make 10, 370. Them paying an agent. Let me see. Closing costs and an agent. Yes, that'll be tough. Most buyers not gonna spend 360 to make 30 or 40 grand. It just doesn't work that way.
It
Or
just
whatever.
doesn't. Yeah.
One mistake could eat up all of that or whatever. So it doesn't work that way. Yeah. So you would have to be closer to that 250 a month. Now, if he took what he owed on it, that would work also. If he took the 264, 265, what he owes on it, that would work also. So let me just stop there here. So but that one there may be a little tough. He's in La La Land. But you never know. I would just make the offer.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep up. Okay.
Yeah, I would just make the offer. Hey, tell me the best you could do on is 265 in that condition. Hey,
Okay.
the agent knows. Hey,
the agent, he's more
interest
so
rates have
like you're not
doubled since this
anything
time
lower.
last year.
I'm just over it. Like he seemed like he's over it as well.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So I was just gonna keep watching it and see if they like after more days go by, try to do it a little bit later. You advise that, or should I still try to just put the offer in?
No, hey, offers are free. Put it
Okay.
in.
Okay.
Put it in, baby girl.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Yeah. The all market thing is I'm still trying to get used to it, but
Well, I'm sure you've
good.
already checked out this training. Just text the word blip.
Yes.
Blip, yeah, you checked it out.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Right,
I have all the texts.
Well,
Look, I text everything.
Hey, well, yeah. So, join us again, Glenda. Great to see you.
Thank you. Great seeing you as well. And thank you so much.
I've
Thanks
been
to the ladies in the background. They helped me out. I was like, they're not going to accept me no more.
I was in DC. I was in DC last December. Went to a Christmas party.
Oh, it was cold here, but it's still nice.
It wasn't cold.
On the holiday.
It was okay. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad. Come this year, it's gonna be horrible. It's already cold.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
We're freezing already.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God! What's the temperature here today? Oh wow! It's
like 77.
It's 76 today. 77.
We're at 50.
Yeah, that's a little cool. That ain't bad.
It's rainy and windy. It's bad.
Yeah, we wouldn't be moaning and groaning right now, though, wouldn't we?
Yeah. I wish we were at 70.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up.
Thank you so much. I probably now that I know how to do this, I'll call again with my other deals. And I'll hit you guys up. So thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Max it out, baby girl. Max it out.
Yes. Have a good one.
You do the same. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Boom. That's what's up.
All right. Let's see. All right. This one says, after we get the contract done and filled out, do we have to get it notarized?
No. Do you have to get a contract notarized? No.
This one says, I drove around and took pictures of We Buy Houses signs. Should I call everyone and ask them what kind of questions?
Okay, so they're asking, should they reach out to him? Yeah, whenever you reach out to him now, I have a video that explains what to say to someone when you reach out to them, just text the word script to the number. Text the word script. Trying to find script, but there it is. Boom. That video will explain.
All right, I got like 2 more on here.
Okay.
This one says, how do you advertise to get your buyers?
Oh wow. Okay, so now how you advertise to get your buyers, you're gonna always leverage social media, Facebook groups, Facebook Marketplace works sometimes, Craigslist. Okay, those are the freebies. All right. Now, if you want to build a list and leverage real estate agents, text the word buyers to the number. That's an option. This video will show you how to do that. Definitely other wholesaler. That's where other wholesalers, that's where your networking comes into play. Don't sleep on putting out signs in the area where the property is located. Handwritten signs, house for sale cheap, a price, cash, call or text, and your phone number. Google, sell my house fast, and the name of the city. Those first 2 or 3 pages of results could be some good resources on some buyers, whether it's wholesalers and or actual buyers, actual investors. So.
All right, and this one came from Michelle. She said, once the title is clear, how much longer should it take to sign the contract?
Well, you actually have signed the contract before you even do title work. You need to have a buyer and seller in place on the contract before you even go that far. So closing the deal, some of you got both parties in place, clear title, you know, it can really happen the same day or the next day, you know, so it could be that fast. It just depends on how fast your buyer can close, depending on if they're using cash or some type of hard money lender or private lending. But normally it's going to happen fast after that, if everybody's schedules will permit. All right, boom. So, guys, we've been rolling pretty hard here. Appreciate everyone that's joined us today. Thanks, Glenda, for joining the live stream. She took advantage of that opportunity. I love it, love it, love it. So, if you didn't get your question answered, post it in the comment section of any video. Make sure that you subscribe, share, like, and follow. Also, Monday through Wednesdays are the times. 3:45 to 4 p.m. is when we start. On Thursdays at around 8:05 p.m. With that being said, appreciate everyone that joined us, and we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know 205.